Let's do some politics now. The internal wrangling of the People's National Convention is heading to the Accra High Court as the party's 2020 presidential candidate David Apasara and the national chairman Moses Daniba have sued 18 party executives. According to a writ filed on Thursday, September 9, the plaintiffs are seeking an order, among others, to restrain Janet Nabla, the General Secretary, and Bala Maikankan, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman, from stepping feet at the party's headquarters. They have also joined in the suit some regional chairpersons and secretaries, as well as a founding member of the party, Remeyao Ali. The writ by David Apasara and Moses Daniba seeks an order to restrain Janet Nabla from holding herself out as the General Secretary of the party. Meanwhile, the acting national chairman and leader of the PNC, Bala Maikankan, and the suspended General Secretary, Janet Nabla, were stopped from entering the party office. Some men who were on the premises said they were instructed by the embattled leader and 2020 presidential candidate, David Apasara, to lock and guard the place. The acting national chairman and leader of the party, Bala Maikankan, arrived at the party office at noon.
As you can see, the main door of the party office has been closed. It means that they don't want the acting chairman or the leader of the party to work, so they are preventing me not to work.
The situation led to a confrontation as he vented his anger on one of the men he suspected to have had the keys. Both Bala and Janet proceeded to the Kutubabi police station to lodge a complaint.
They use their own authority, that's David Apasara and then Moses Daniba, with the macho men to break the General Secretary's office. Even my own office, because I happen to have my own office at the premises.
Today I'm at the police station. I'm doing the right thing to follow the processes. If the police are not ready to help me, I will take matters into my own hands.
The police then moved to the party office. Calm was, however, restored as the police invited the feuding parties to the district headquarters to resolve the matter. They agreed that the police lock the party office until the issues are completely settled. Emmanuel Wilson is a former National Communications Director of the PNC. He joins me for a conversation. Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for joining us. Now, these back and forth and the wranglings in the party, which you were a former member or you were a member of, has raised concerns about whether or not the PNC should be taken seriously at all when it comes to Ghana's politics. What do you say to this?
Well, it's quite unfortunate that we are having these developments in the party, particularly when after the general elections it was very clear that we did not perform the way all of us were expecting. It was really important and it was expected that between the general election, even up to now, all of us will concentrate on building the party and reorganizing the party, and having a consultative meetings among the rank and files of the party members to see where we went wrong and what needs to be done right. Unfortunately, that is not the story of the PNC as we speak now. The internal wrangling, as I indicated, is quite unfortunate. I think that it is time for us as a party to have a serious meeting to engage in retrospective activities and find out what exactly we want from the party PNC. Indeed, if the PNC is a party that is expected to win power and to give alternative to the populace of this nation, then this is not the right way and this is not the best way for us to go. I have had a chance of communicating with some individuals in the party, including the chairman of the Council of Elders, and I've encouraged him. Of course, that is what he himself had in mind, that he's going to have an emergency meeting with the other council members to see how they can intervene in this. But in all this, what I think should be done is that we should respect the constitution of the PNC. People should not take the law into their own hands. And let us all, if indeed we believe that we are members of the party, let us all respect the provisions in the constitution. And that is the best way we will be able to move on as a party.
Now, this factionalism we're seeing, it's now become a bit confusing now. You speak about respecting the Constitution. So how will this be done? Knowing that both factions, as we have it, equally are counting on the Constitution and using it as a backing for the activities they're undertaking.
I am sure as a journalist you've had access to our Constitution. But for purposes of our listeners and viewers, I want to just go through our constitution provides that when a NEC, National Executive Council meeting, is to be called, it is supposed to be done through the direction of our national chairman. And the national chairman is supposed to be the one chairing the National Executive Council meeting. This presupposes that when the national chairman is not available, he's supposed to communicate clearly to NEC members, informing them that he's not available and giving reasons for which he will not be available, and will then elect either the first vice, if the first vice is also not available, the second vice, before the third vice comes into chair. There was a NEC meeting, of course. I'm not a member of NEC, but there was a NEC meeting which reported its outcome to the general populace, of which I got a copy of the communication. The NEC that was held the first time was chaired by the national chairman, that is Honorable Moses Danibra. And per the records that has been shared with me, almost all national executives were present. Regional executives that are supposed to be part of the NEC were present. And decisions were made. Fast forward, a purported NEC meeting also took place some days after in Kumasi, of which it was chaired by a regional secretary. If you look at our constitution and you ask me what the constitution says, the constitution clearly backs the first National Executive Council meeting that was held.
Okay.
The first one that ended up suspending the general secretary or the former general secretary. That was backed by the provisions in our constitution. Okay. I do not see, and being a member of the party, now I may comfortably call myself a leading member of the party. All these years, I have never seen a National Executive Council meeting being chaired by a regional secretary. And that alone makes that congregation not to qualify or not to be called as a National Executive Council meeting. And so the Constitution backs, as far as I'm concerned, and my understanding of the Constitution backs the first NEC meeting that took place, the first NEC that suspended the General Secretary. But in every jurisdiction or in every organization, we have rules and regulations. Okay. If you fault the rules and regulations, and the rules are applied on you, it is important that if indeed you believe in the laws of that constitution or the laws of that organization, you need to comply by it and not to create unnecessary tension. I do not see any faction in the party other than that which the constitution backs.